Good afternoon, Cold Front Mafia. Another day. We're here watching first off-season day for the Buffalo Bills, watching the rest of the divisional playoff round. Currently, we're a little late. I'm sorry. The Patriots are beating the Texans. 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter. They're beating the Texans 7-0. They just scored their first touchdown. A couple of things in this game here. There's been 3 possessions. 2 for New England, who received the opening kickoff, went 3 and out pretty easily for the Texans. Texans, I believe, did the same. So it looked like Houston coming to play. Their defense is doing what they normally do, stuffed New England right in the beginning. Almost nothing going on that first drive. Then first play for the Texans, C.J. Stroud throws a ball that literally slips out of his hands as if his hands were the size of my 9-year-old son's. Try to run the ball. Then third down, makes a really nice throw to Christian Kirk, right? Christian Kirk, who had a massive day last week. And then he drops the football. Yes, it's raining and snowing and sleeting and everything like that in New England, but he drops the football. New England almost picks the ball off. And then they punt. New England gets the ball back. They go for it on 4th and 1 after a couple of first downs. And there's a 25 or so yard touchdown for New England on 4th and 1. I want to point out who scored that touchdown. Just right here in the beginning of this football game for the Patriots, and quite honestly the Texans. Both sides, I've seen things that are just they don't make much sense. So you got a 28-yard touchdown. 28-yard touchdown to Mr. Douglas in New England. And I'm just going to pull up his season stats. So Demario Douglas, oh my word. It's frustrating. And CBS's stats are pretty horrible. 31 catches for 447 yards this year. And he comes up with a 4th and 1. Here we go. He's out of the slot to the right. Drake May puts the ball right on him. Of course, the Texans defender literally dives to swat the ball down and whiffs. He whiffs. And Demario Douglas is actually barely tipped. Demario Douglas catches the ball and runs for 25 yards. I'm not saying this is lucky. The Patriots are a very good football team, but Drake May threw a 5-yard slant. The Texans dove, missed to a guy with 31 catches on the year, 447 yards. So it's not like just some stud receiver taking over the world. I hate to say this, we didn't have anybody step up. Who stepped up? Probably still sour, obviously, from the game last night and the loss and being sent home. It hurts, it stings, it sucks, what have you. But did we have anybody with 31 catches here step up in the playoffs for a 28-yard touchdown? All yard after catch on a contested catch? I don't. Who? Maybe I missed somebody? I don't know. I don't remember it, though. Houston's got the ball back. 3 or 4 yard run on their first play. Woody Marks, the Patriots they're excited, baby. They are excited. A lot of energy coming off of that team, it looks like right now. A lot of energy. Milton Williams back in this football game. He had been out for a couple of weeks, actually. And he's now back. I think he came back last week or the week before. He's a run stuffer. That's his job. He's fantastic at that. Very good. Kind of a go ball up the left-hand sideline, underthrown, horrifically underthrown. Knocked it away, but that's just a really bad ball by C.J. Stroud. I mean, the bottom line is C.J. Stroud is not the guy. We saw that last week. That's a bad throw. He's not the guy. Texans, they have to do some pretty silly things, I think, to in order to win this football game. Their defense might have to score a few touchdowns, to be honest with you. 3rd and 8, C.J. Stroud drops back. Fantastic pocket. He's got literally all day. He throws it to his left to a tight end with 10, 20, 30 yards after the catch. I think that's about a 40-yard play to Schultz. Wow. All day. That offensive line for Houston just did a terrific job. He had all day to throw. When he was about to step up in the middle of the pocket and take off and run, he just dumped it out to the flats. Yeah, tight end came out of blocking coverage or blocking help, and he just had the left sideline. So now we got 1st and 10 on the Patriots' 27-yard line. And the Texans don't know what they're doing, and it's either a false start on Houston. They'll give back as many yards as they can, baby. They'll give back as many yards as they can. Michael Sechrist, Texans will miss Collins today. You better believe they will. And that is a man. That is a man playing a children's sport. I mean that with all due respect. They're absolutely going to miss him. And Gonzalez for New England is back. Play action. He rolls to his left. Actually, pretty good throw. Finds Schultz on a drag route. Oh, no, that's not Schultz. I'm sorry. That's Higgins. They get about 7 yards, I think. Yeah, it was 1st and 15. Now it's 2nd and 6. So they got 9 yards. Untouched. That edge rusher was untouched. Really good job by C.J. Stroud. Wow. His first pass today, C.J. Stroud, did anybody see it? It wasn't deflected. It wasn't batted down. It just came out of his hand, and it looked like a knuckleball from oh boy, batted up in the air. Oh my word, almost intercepted. Literally looked like Tim Wakefield. He threw the thing, and it was like this. It was just vibrating through zero spin on. That's crazy, but that's what C.J. Stroud does, man. I'm telling you, it sucks. Captain Rex, how goes it? Living, man. Rough one last night. Rough one. We'll get over it, right? Cheers. We will get over it. It is what it is. I'm anxiously refreshing my phone and my Twitter account, my X account, like all day. Oh, he finds Kirk up the middle for 1st down and more. Flag thrown late. Tell me that's on Houston. They got the 1st down. What is the flag? They're talking about the flag. It's going to be a big point of emphasis for me moving forward in this playoffs. I'm really going to be watching these referees. Again, I'm not going to get into the soapbox of saying it was the referee's fault last night, but what I am saying is they have too much face mask defense number 7. It took them that long. That was a face mask on the tackle. It took them that long to determine if that was a face mask. Did they speak to somebody? Did they get a replay sent to them? Did someone look at a replay? Did the head referee look at a replay? Someone in New York in the booth? These are the things. I don't know what just happened. They didn't tell us the broadcast. But it took them quite a while to understand what that flag was about. And last night, in an overtime play of a catch versus interception, it took them 22 seconds at most to want to move on from it. And that face mask just got more time and attention than that play did yesterday. Marks up the middle, nothing. 0 yards. Milton Williams almost blew the thing up for -4, -3. Got pushed out of the way. Cheers, baby. Hope you're having a good day. Enjoy as much of the rest of the games as you're able to. Absolutely. No, we're going to enjoy them. We're still football fans. I mean, I'd like to just boycott the NFL, right? That'd be easy. I'm sorry, it wouldn't be easy, but it'd be awesome. But I can't. I just can't. Just can't. And the more we think about it, we get a rest in. We watch some of the replays. Play action, rolls to his right, dumps to Schultz, gets down to the 1 yard line. One yard line, 3rd and goal from the 1. Maybe the 1.5. So yeah, about yesterday, I'm thinking about it a lot, and the unfortunate nature of this is that Josh Allen played and there's a flag, but Woody Marks runs the ball in the end zone. Ryan from Texans thinks that it's offsides on New England. Is it going to be a 7-6 game before the extra point, or we're going to have a false start? Illegal shift on the offense. It's week 20 in the NFL season, and we don't know yet what an illegal formation or shift would be. Is it really? I don't know. I haven't seen the replay, but my heavens. Schultz is in motion. I mean, that happens too often. They're saying he wasn't set, but that happens too often. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 6.5-yard line. That is a shame. Stroud drops back. Clean pocket again, man. He's got all day. Throws a corner out to no one that's in the corner. Incomplete. That's what you get. Would have been 7-6 if it weren't for literally for a illegal formation. Bring it back. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. So, like I said, we were talking when I was thinking about sorry, Captain Rex. There's a part of me, Captain Rex, that says, you know what, just get blown out one of these days. One of these years, just get blown out. Don't allow it to come down to this controversial referee call and overtime, and you miss one play, you make one play. Either get blown out or win them. That's where I'm at. I'm done with this stuff that we've been dealing with here lately. I'm done with it. But not up to me. So Josh Allen didn't have a good day. And it's controversial to call Josh Allen out. It is. It's controversial to say that he is anything less than perfect. It's also controversial to say that he might have been as big of a part of that loss as anybody in that building. When in reality, he made some really good plays and he still did some Josh Allen things, no question. But at the same token, he made some mistakes that literally led to the downfall of that team last night. And that's the reality. That's the reality. It's frustrating, but that's the reality. And I don't like it. I don't like it. But at the same token, I have to. I don't know. I'm not paid by anybody to push a certain message or push a narrative or whatever. So I'm going to say it, call like I see it, and that's the way that I saw it. That is simply the way that I saw it. Now today, will it be different? Am I feeling any different than I was yesterday? Honestly, kind of, somewhat. I was a little bit more worried and perturbed with the referees yesterday and last night than I am right now. But I'm not saying that that's everything, and I'm not saying that that I'll forever change my mind, I guess is my point. We're still going to have our issues with how some of those calls were thrown. Those flags were thrown and or not. But like we were saying last night, if we simply execute the way that we should as a team, I say we, you know what I'm talking about, the Buffalo Bills, and don't shoot yourself in the foot with 5 turnovers and a horrible offsides on the first drive for the Denver Broncos, to which they would not score 3 points because R.J. Harvey fumbled and the Bills recovered that football. And Larry Ojobi jumps off sides. You have momentum. You stop them from scoring. And then you're actually winning in that football game in the first quarter because your next drive was actually you put up points. So If we didn't have those things, then these calls by the refs wouldn't even have been a thing. It wouldn't have come up. No one would care. There wouldn't have been overtime. And probably could have won that football game by 2, possibly even 3 possessions, because the Bills were absolutely the better football team. And if somebody wants to argue that with me, fine, we can do that until the end of time. The Bills were the better football team on that field yesterday. So I look at play better than the refs and bad calls. I agree with you, Michael, 100%. I do. But I have to say this. I just have to say this. I don't disagree that you need to play better than the Bills played, and you cannot allow the referees to be in a position to ruin a football game potentially by the calls that they make come down the stretch. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. But I will say this. The referees are as big a part of the football game as anybody that's on the field as well. They have so much power in their hands that they, too, need to be held accountable and responsible for the decisions that they make. We're allowed to blast players all day, every day, as we should be able to. Why can't we blast the referees? I don't care if Josh Allen had 19 turnovers in a game. I mean, obviously I would, and I'm also saying that I agree that they need to play better. They shot themselves in the foot, and the Bills lost themselves a football game. What I'm saying is, overall and holistically, where's the standard for the referees? This is all I'm saying. Where's the standard? Where is the consistency? Who's holding them accountable? Where are the repercussions for completely horrible, blatantly bad calls that are made in crunch time of football games? There needs to be some consistency from them, and they need to be held accountable as well. I know they don't make $50-something million a year like Josh Allen does, and I get that. Josh Allen should have more responsibility than anybody. But it's not Josh Allen's fault that there's referees on the field and they have whistles and they have flags. And the outcomes can absolutely be determined by the actions of those people with flags and whistles. I mean, it's life. It's reality. So why are we not holding them to a standard of excellence? Not to mention that there's more technology than this game has ever seen in the ability. Oh, that might be a sack fumble. That's a sack fumble. That is a sack fumble. And tell me, do the Patriots get so damn lucky to fall on the sack fumble? They do. I mean, the thing bounced around 14 different people to try to dive on the ball. And, of course, the Patriots, they end up diving on the ball. This is the difference. That's absolutely a fumble. That ball was knocked out of his hand before he was going forward. So if they try to challenge this ball, and if this play turns into an incomplete pass, you might have seen the last of me. You might have seen the last of me. And here we go. We're talking about referees as this happens. They're punting from their own end zone. Turn at the 42, up the right sideline, down to the 47 of New England. Pretty good return. That's Danielle Hunter with a sack fumble. Again, that goes down to the 3-yard line. You got to have a little luck in this league, too. You do. You have to have a little luck, and the Bills didn't have any of it all year for the most part. And good teams do. Good teams have luck, and I think the good teams will be the first people to admit that luck is also a thing, and you need it, right? From time to time, you need a little luck. But going back to the referees, they need to have the accountability just like everyone else, because they mean just as much to a football game as anything else, like it or not. Admit it or not. Believe it or not. Whatever word you want to throw in there, the referees have as much to do with the game as anybody else. Should we even know they're there? No. Should they not make themselves known to be around? No. It should be they make the calls the way that the plays happen. They use replays. They use challenges. They use assistance when needed. They should get the calls freaking right. Bottom line, nowadays, they should get the damn things right. And if they don't, they should be torched, just like the athletes are every week. That's all I'm saying. We should be able, and we should torch the referees just like we torch the athletes. Because they're not, we could say, oh, they're not making the money the athletes do. I don't give a crap. They signed up for it. They knew what they were signing up for. They knew how much they'd be making, and they knew the torment that they should be getting. And quite frankly, I don't think that they get enough. I don't think that they get enough. And this is not just because of last night. Listen, like I've told you guys, I've played low-level professional sports. I played minor league baseball. Me and the umpires didn't always get along. I just want accountability. When was the last time we heard a headline that said, you know what, an umpire or referee was so bad that he got just straight up fired? I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but I don't remember it. I don't remember any coverage on it. I don't remember anybody blatantly missing something so horribly bad during a playoff game in an enormous situation that they got fined or they got suspended or they got taken off the field. They couldn't work next week, for the next week's game. I don't remember that. It could happen, and maybe it's just behind the scenes. So if anybody knows, please let me know. I could be wrong here. I'm not trying to act as if I know exactly how, the officiating world goes, but I don't remember much of that. 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans. Handoff to the right side. Goes nowhere. Men at the line goes nowhere. How that's not a late hit, Lord knows. He got driven. He got met at the line of scrimmage, picked up, driven back 4 or 5 yards, and then thrown on the ground. Where's the whistle? I don't know. Don't know. Oh, so now Dalton Schultz is in the locker room. Well, that's horrible. Dalton Schultz for the Houston Texans now walking into the locker room for some kind of injury. Oh, boy. Oh, hands to the face. Tell me there's no hands to the face. So he just throws a piss missile across the middle. It's broken up. But C.J. Stroud literally just had a hand in his teeth, it looks like. They're going to show this again. This looked pretty blatant to me. Okay. Swipe. It went over his face mask, down his face mask. Okay. This is going to be a disaster if they don't have Dalton Schultz the rest of the game. Without Nico Collins from the beginning, without their second wide receiver or their second receiver and tight end Dalton Schultz, is going to be damn near next to impossible. The Texans need another strip sack for a touchdown. Stroud lets it rip outside. Oh my gosh, on 3rd and 10. Excuse my language. What a play by Jaden Higgins on an out route. I don't know if he's going to have the first down. It's going to be 4th and a half or so. But what a really good throw. And what a play. What a catch. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and a half. Wait, let's see where that ball is. Oh. Yeah, my. Ooh, 4th and 6 inches, maybe. Here we go. They're going for it. It'd be a 54-yard field goal or so. So they're going to go for it. Handoff, right side. He's going to get the first down, barely. That's Nicholas Chubb with no gloves because it's raining. Gets the first down. Now it's the offseason. Are there any players or coaches that you see getting cut from the Bills now? Okay, Ethan. I thought by now something would have happened. I actually have a notification here. Wait a minute. Okay. I find it very odd that Sean McDermott last night. Oh, he's just going to throw an interception, didn't he? C.J. Stroud throws the ball at the left sideline. No, he didn't get 2 feet in. No, there's no way he got 2 feet in. They're going to call it an interception. Here we go. Let's see. The right. Oh, the knee. I don't know. Is that knee touching the – does he have the ball? Let's watch. Does he keep the ball? Here we go. I'm sorry to be bouncing around, but does he keep the football through hitting the ground? Clear. Hold on. That ball hit the ground. If they're saying that ball didn't hit the ground, then last night is a complete sham. Okay, if they don't overturn that, then the NFL is complete and utter fraud. That ball bobbled when he hit the ground. And just so we're all clear, I'm going to bring this up. Excuse me, Ethan, just bear with me, please. Just looking for the breakdown of the rules, which I was looking at earlier. So, come on. So, the rules, I was reading them last night, and here's the way that they break down. Let's look at this. I'm going to share this with you guys so we can all take a look together. This is obviously speaking of a catch, because yesterday the ball to Brandon Cooks was in question as to what happened and why he didn't maintain possession, or they didn't think he maintained possession even though he had it on the ground. Anyway, so these are the things that you need to catch a football. You need secure control of the ball in his hands or arms prior to the ball touching the ground, okay? That defender just did that, touches the ground inbounds with both feet or any part of his body other than his hands. Okay, his knee counts, right? And C, after A and B had been fulfilled, which in this case they were, and so, in my opinion, so were they last night. Clearly, after they've been fulfilled, clearly performs an act common to the game. Example, extend the ball forward, take an additional step, tuck the ball away, and turn the ball up and turn upfield, or avoid or ward off an opponent, or he maintains control of the ball long enough to do so. So not even do you not have to make one of these game moves, technically, according to the rules. You just need to hold on to the ball long enough, as long as it would have taken you to make one of those moves in the event that you wanted to. So you don't have to make a move. Because the last option of numbers or letter C here is or maintain control of the ball long enough to do so in order to make one of those moves. Here's some caveats though. Movement of the ball does not automatically result in loss of control. Let's see what they're doing here on this play. Just bear with me. It is New England Patriots ball. 1st and 10 on their own 18. Run up the middle. It's going to get about 5 yards. That is insane. That is insane. Because if a player who satisfies with his A and B but did not satisfy C contacts the ground and loses control of the ball, which that just happened right there, and it didn't happen last night, it is an incomplete pass if the ball hits the ground before he regains control, or if he regains control out of bounds, which is what happened there. That's what happens. That's what happened. You can come over here. No. You guys, I heard you guys playing. That's what happened. That's what happened last night. So you see those rules, right? QB designated run, 1st down, fumble. Houston's ball. Yeah. Drake May fumbled Houston's ball. He did not have that ball when he was on the ground, boys. Are they saying Houston? Yes, they did. They're saying Houston ball. Elshair looks like he came up with the football. It'll be the 2nd fumble by Drake May today. Oh, yeah. That thing's loose as heck. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even know. That looked very weird. How did he even drop that ball? I don't know. Does not look like Elshair got the ball. Looked like his defensive lineman, his D tackle. He was probably down there under the pocket saying, I'll give you $50,000 if you let me come up with the ball. I got a bonus coming to me. Fumble return or fumble recovery in the playoffs. They're probably down there in that scrum with 10 other guys. Give me the ball. I'll give you $50,000. If I'm due 500,000, I'll give you 50 tonight. I'll write you a check. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Let me come up with it. Come out of the pile with the ball. That'd be something else, wouldn't it? I wouldn't doubt it. All right, so we see the rules here. That I forget who it was, but that defender did catch the ball. Knee was inbounds, came to the ground. It hit the ball, it hit the ground, bobbled. He still had possession of it. How is that not incomplete, boys? I mean, I have nothing to do with this game. I don't care. I mean, I'd like New England to lose, I guess. Yeah, I'd probably like New England to lose, but I don't have a dog in this fight. The reality is that's a bad call, according to these rules right here. Read the rule. If a player satisfies A and B, is not satisfied C, contacts the ground, and loses control of the ball, it is an incomplete pass if the ball hits the ground before he regains control. or if he gains control out of bounds, which is exactly what just happened there. But they gave him the interception. I just got to understand it. Why are they away? Why are they allowed to get away with this stuff? 2nd and 5, run to the right side outside the tackles. Man, he gets almost all 5. It's going to be 3rd and like nothing here. Okay, let's just back out of this real quick. So according to the rules that I just read that we were looking at, that's not a catch. That's an interception. The guy in the orange ends up with possession of that football. That's a pass, catch, fall to the guy in the blue pants. I'm just going to keep names and teams out. The guy in the blue pants catches the ball. You can see the ball just above his knees. He's like this. And the guy in the orange is the defender who has 0 body parts touching the ground other than his feet, not even his knee or anything. And somehow that was an interception. He doesn't catch the ball, have the ball on the ground, and being touched by the defender to down him in that scenario right there. We just read the rules. We just had the rules up. This is exactly what a catch is right here, ladies and gentlemen. That is a catch. I don't care who you are. All right, anyway. How did it affect the New England Patriots game just now? Well, because the same thing happened on that interception. We just put up the rules, picks the ball off, knee hits inbounds, hits the ground, ball fumbles all over the place. He catches, he gains control back of the ball. But what did it do? Or what did he do? He gained control for the second time out of bounds. So it doesn't count. It's an incomplete pass. Fortunately for the Texans, they then punch the ball out of Drake May's hands 2 plays later, and they get the ball back anyways. But this is where the NFL is just lacking consistency and losing trust, I think, from a lot of people. All right, back to the question. Sean McDermott, obviously in his presser last night after the game, expressed his unpleased notion, I guess, of how that call actually that we're referring to was handled in the time to which the referee and the crew wanted to just hurry up and get on with it and get on to the next play without much energy or attention given to that catch/interception. After the presser, he called, I'm going to show you here. He called one of the beat writers, one of the main beat writers for the Buffalo Bills while he was on the plane, okay, which is crazy. But I'm going to find this. I'm going to pull this up for you as well. He called, what's his name? Jay Skursky. He called Jay Skursky to kind of vent to Jay, who, again, is a beat writer for the Buffalo News, big-time writer, very involved with the Buffalo Bills. He called him while he was on the plane, headed home to Orchard Park, to tell him how much he does not feel that interception was an interception and how it should have been ruled a catch. This is weird. This is odd. You do not hear this from NFL coaches reaching out to beat writers on their own to complain about a controversial call the night of and on the plane ride home. And even Jay alluded to this, that was very odd. It'll probably never happen again in his career by any coach. So that tells me, being that Sean McDermott does not do this, this is not something he does. He just doesn't, he's not really a complainer. He's not a ref or a replay review NFL. Like, he doesn't upset the apple cart when it comes to that kind of stuff. That's why this is so weird. I feel that Sean McDermott might even be feeling heat potentially, that he thinks that he might be under a hot seat for being let go, and or he's trying to maybe make a case for maybe his entire coaching staff right now. Because at the end of the day, the Pagula family, the owners of the Bills, I don't know who, but you would think they'd have to do something, because it's just it doesn't seem to be getting any better. And I'm not saying it's bad, right? You make it to the wild card, divisional, or AFC championship round, 6 years in a row. That's not bad, but it's not getting any better. So unless you made it to the Super Bowl 6 years in a row and you won half of them, then you got to always want it to be getting better, right? And that's the one thing that it's not currently. It's kind of stagnant between 11 and 13 wins, at least 1 to 2 rounds of playoff football. That's it. That's what it's been. Again, not bad. You can make the argument of, I'd rather not even make the playoffs if we're not going to win a Super Bowl. Okay, people can say that. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing. It's the reality, though, is that, oh my gosh, the Texans just scored a touchdown. Beautiful throw by C.J. Stroud, Christian Kirk. Front corner of the end zone. What really nice throw. 10-yard touchdown. It's 9-7 now. Oh, Houston. That's kind of nuts. You can make the claim that the Bagulas have to do something. Now, I don't know if they will, though. That's the thing. I don't think they're getting rid of Sean McDermott. I don't think they're getting rid of Joe Brady. I don't think Sean McDermott will get rid of Joe Brady either. I think that Joe Brady might leave for a head coaching job. He's got a couple of opportunities, or not offers necessarily yet, but interviews. So he's got some opportunity there that could potentially happen. 10-7 Houston. I can see Bobby Babich going because Sean McDermott, I think, has called plays more often than not this year. More often than not, Sean McDermott has taken over defensive play calling, even if it's mid-game. I think that happened midway through the year. I think there were a few games that, like, first half, he's like, all right, Bobby Babich, do your thing. You are the defensive coordinator. Do your thing. And then at halftime, he's like, nope. Not going to allow that anymore. We're getting our shit kicked in. No longer. And then I think he took over play calling more than once. So I can see Bobby Babich maybe being let go. Now, here's the problem. I think anybody that gets let go right now is probably a scapegoat. And hold on one second. What's the matter? He jumped up and got it? Where was it? Dog got a loaf of bread. Ain't that good? I think that someone will be scapegoat, but I think that at the end of the day, it just comes down to execution on the football field. And if anybody is to blame here, I'd go with the GM. I'm not saying that I want him to be fired, but if anybody's to blame and anyone's going to have to be chopped by the Pegula family, I think it should be the GM. Now, a lot of times GMs want to come in and pick their own coaching staff as well. But if it's anybody, in my opinion, I think that's who it is. And I'm not even saying I think that he does need to go. I'm not there yet. But if someone does, Babich or Bean, my opinion. Yes, one of the biggest controversial calls I've seen, 100%. That's going to be spoken about, talked about for a long time. That might be lamented as one of the worst calls with the timing and everything of possibly all time. Seriously, no. Thank you, sir.
He's gonna get so sick.
What is it?
He's got the bread.
A loaf of bread?
Now, on to this game here for a brief moment. This Texans defense is the only reason that they're not losing 21-4. I'm a little facetious here, of course. But we knew this was going to happen too, right? I'm not saying we knew the Texans were going to win, but we knew that it was going to be what can the Patriots do against the Texans defense, and can the Texans defense force enough mistakes by New England to keep them in the football game. The 7 points that they just scored, I believe they started the drive around midfield. They started their field goal drive, I believe, around midfield. I don't know that the Texans are going to have a 75-yard scoring drive from their offense. So 10-7, Houston. 12:47 left in the first half. Drake May is 5 of 7 for 54 yards in a touchdown, which was a 5-yard slant pass, by the way. All yards after catch. Throws the ball deep left side. Swat! Oh my gosh, swatted away. Lattimore almost caught the ball. Intended target, Kayshon Boutte. That's right. Booty. This is the difference. That's probably a catch against 28 NFL football teams. And a completed pass of 35 yards. Lattimore just jumps he's a big guy. I think he's 6'1" or something. He's 6 foot. Just jumps up, left hand, inside hand, knocks the ball. It flutters. It almost lands right in his belly for an interception. Hand off to the right side. I don't know if that's Stevenson. 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 7 here. Oh, that was Trevan Henderson. Sorry. Patriots over 3 on 3rd downs today. Their average down and distance is 11.3 yards. That's not gonna get it done. That's the defense. Negative yards, stuffed runs, and loss of yardage plays. Drake May backs up. He gets pressure from both left and right, rolls to his left, evades us 1 sack, and he's going to run for the first down. On 3rd and 7, he gets about 8. Al-Shaair screaming for a penalty. That place is going to go nuts. He literally escapes one, almost fumbles to escape. Wow, breaks 2 tackles, breaks 2 sacks, and is able to run to his left out of bounds for the first down. Like I said, I want to see the Texans Seahawks for the Super Bowl. That'd be great. Handoff up the middle. Oh boy, that's no gain. See, that's a run stuff. Daniil Hunter. It's the last guy to cap off that 0-yard gain. Don't want to see those Patriots back there ever. Then I want to see Seattle to win because I don't want to see Stroud win one. Oh, okay. What are you a Michigan fan, possibly? Or you just don't like CJ Stroud? Period. I'm not sure. I'm just curious. Texans Seahawks would be pretty. That'd be crazy. I think the Texans would score about 7 points, maybe 6. And then it's just a matter of Sam Darnold doing something silly and putting up 10 to win it. Would the NFL be happy with a 10-6 Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't think the viewers would be there. I would. I don't think they'd have as many as they would want or need. It could happen, though, all right? Anything could happen. I said this a little bit last night, I think, right? Or maybe I said it on Twitter this morning. My biggest fear right now is that the Buffalo Bills and all its fan base is immediately going to now succumb to the "we are cursed, it's never going to happen" mentality. I worry that that's where we're headed. Oh, because this morning, this does not help at all. Not at all. Aaron Kromer, the Buffalo Bills offensive line coach. So the coach of the best offensive line in football overall. I believe this morning is verified to someone somehow. Forget who broke the news originally. But he's retiring. I mean, what is this? Oh, that was days and days ago. They're going to change that photo to Sean Payton seemed to be pretty excited about the calls when asked. But yeah, Aaron Kromer leaving is not a good thing. That's an issue, and that is just like the worst timing. He probably had this plan anyways. Trevan Henderson's beginning to look at it on the sideline. Probably had this plan anyways, but what horrible timing for Bills fans. After a loss like that, the next day, oh, and by the way, the coach of the best offensive line in football, one of your strong suits on your team, gone. My word. Drake May throws to the left. It's batted down, it looks like. Hits the ground before Booty. It's going to be 3rd and 9. I don't. Maybe it wasn't picked, or maybe it wasn't deflected, but it didn't reach his receiver on a simple comeback, curl route for 10 yards up the left side. So this is heartbreaking too. Like I don't know what to say. Not a lot of good things. Not a lot of good things going on. Therefore, it seems extremely reasonable for fans to sooner rather than later say, "That's it. It's never going to work. We're done. We're done forever." 3rd 9. May deep up the left side, open receiver. Just out of his arms. Lassiter. Did I say Lattimore a couple minutes ago? I meant Lassiter, excuse me, in coverage. I don't know if this is a drop or if it was out of bounds, but barely just out of his reach, it looks. Off the fingertips. It's going to be 4th and 9. They're going to have to punt. They're on their own 40. Oh, he actually beat Lassiter off the ball. Let's see. Ball was a little outside. I don't know if he should have caught it. If he did, would he have been able to stay in bounds is the question. Another semi-bad punt. Fair caught at the 25. 10:41 left in the second quarter. 10-7 Texans. Whoa. Get a little fuzzy here, huh? Happened yesterday. Then it kind of worked its way out. It's because I was eating and doing all this other stupid shit. Sorry. 8 for 15, 96 yards, touchdown and interception for Stroud. Very similar to Drake May, I believe. Quite honestly, I think he's got more yards than May. Rolls to his left, gets, oh my God, he throws the ball straight up in the air. Like, what is this kid doing? Interception. I think it's returned for a touchdown. It is.
Oh my God.
The guy's right in his face. He doesn't just sit down for a sack. He doesn't try to throw the football away. He actually tries to make a throw. Literally gets hit, throws the football straight up into the air, 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. The easiest play of all time for any defender. This is what we're saying. We said it last week. CJ Stroud ain't the guy. What a terrible play. That was a rookie, like, not even rookie. That was a high school football play. Literally. High school football throw by CJ Stroud. I don't know what to do. There we go. Sorry about that. High school football play by CJ Stroud. Pick 6. When you're literally winning this game and you have no business really winning the game. He's going to get the ball right back, so he's going to have his opportunity. But if it's anything like last week when he had 5 fumbles, he's probably going to do it again another 3 times. I mean, that's his second interception already today. And that was not good. That was just not I don't even know what he's trying to do. What's he trying to do? What does he think is going to happen there? He had an open receiver, but the guy's right in your face. And you're not, like, I don't know, you're not that good. I hate to say things like that. You're not that good to make that kind of play, so why would you attempt it? Like if you've made that play, 20, 30, 40% of the time in your career, okay, maybe I can see why you're confident that you can actually make that crazy play happen. But you don't make that play anyway, let alone in the rain, in the freezing cold. seems as if we're in these playoffs and there's been a lot of bad mental mistakes. And that stuff like can't fly when you're getting paid the money these guys get paid. Somebody drops a ball and it hops up in the middle of the air, gets intercepted. That's one thing, but mental collapses by these people, these guys that make this kind of money is just simply not reasonable. That's the issue that I have. This is the divisional round of the playoffs, and you're winning by 3 points. And you don't have your number one wide receiver. And you fumbled the football 5 times last week. What in your brain tells you that you think you would have made a play there? I don't get it. Last night, I mean, maybe I'm putting my foot in my own mouth, but last night, my God, who? Oh, sorry, Bo Nix. 2 of his touchdowns, especially one of them, was literally just throw the ball straight up at a launch angle of about 75%. 25 yards, and see what happens. I mean, so maybe sometimes the rule of thumb is let your guys go make plays. Just literally throw the ball up. And if that's the case, why are we paying these quarterbacks so much money? Why don't we put some more money on the linemen and the skilled position guys? I don't know. If it is, I'll tell you this, Michael, if it is Texans Seahawks in the Super Bowl, there might be a lot of teams going different directions with the money that they spend, don't you think? A lot of things go in cycles. Stock market, real estate. Real estate generally goes up, but the stock market certainly goes in cycles. A lot of things are cyclical, right? We've heard that a million times. Maybe the NFL goes back to more of a defensive look. It's possible. Used to be that way. Used to run the football, play defense. Defense wins championships. Then it turned into the greatest show on turf, right? With the Rams. And since then, people just wanted to chuck the ball. Throw the ball more. Throw the ball more. Now it's kind of cool again to have freaks on the defensive side of the ball. Kind of getting there, right? I look at the game last night with like Hufanga. Guy's nasty. He got burnt up a little bit last night a few times for sure, but he's overall maniac. So maybe the league is going back to something a little more defensive, especially if these teams both make it to the Super Bowl. You know, the Texans, if CJ Stroud goes to the Super Bowl, if CJ Stroud goes to the Super Bowl, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. That I promise. The Patriots are selling out now. Here's the problem when you have a quarterback that just is this bad. You make a defense better because they're selling out against the run. I think they might have just had 10 guys in the box on that last play. Handoff for -1. They literally might have had 10 people in the box. Like, yeah, fucking run it or throw it. Go ahead. Good luck. Let's see. They got 4, 6 with a 7, maybe a 7th base defense. They brought 5, another interception. There it is. Now this one, crossing pattern here by C.J. Stroud. Looked like it was actually a pretty good ball. We're going to see. Yeah, it was deflected right into the safety's hands. I don't know if it was a good pass or if it was too far out of reach. We'll see. But it is a third interception, and when things go bad, they go bad. That's like the 7th turnover in 2 weeks for CJ. He needs to catch it. It was a horrible throw, but I don't want to say horrible, but because of how easy the throw was for an NFL quarterback, it was horrible. But he should catch the football. Yeah, it wasn't horrible. I'm sorry. It was above his head. His arms were extended, but Hutchinson needs to catch that football. Like CJ doesn't necessarily deserve that one, but you know what that does to a guy like this is confidence now, who's turned the ball over 173 times in the last, 10 possessions. Another one. Oh boy. Here you go, Houston defense. It's only 14-10, so this is still a game. Like this, that means something. 3 today, 3 last week turnovers. But CJ Stroud fumbled the ball 5 times last week. They just happened to recover 2 of them. Chris, what's up, man? Just a little. We didn't really get too much into that right now, or so far. But this is what we said, and I'll say it again. If someone has to go, all right, let me start over. I feel that as an ownership group, the Pagula family, although they're not keen on just firing people, they don't do it often. Don't do it often, especially when Kim was more involved. Don't do it often with the Sabres, who they also own, the hockey team. But I will say, they probably are if they're not there yet, they're going to be really close. Like, I think they might be there. Being that you have Josh Allen, a generational talent under center, nothing has gotten better in the last 6 years. Here's how the last 6 years have gone: 11 to 14 wins in the regular season, 1 or 2 wins in the postseason, except for 1 year you lost your wild card round, I believe. So either wild card, divisional, or AFC championship game every year in the last 6 years. No Super Bowl appearances. And last year was, probably as good of a chance as they would ever have. So this year was almost a regression. So it's not getting better. Now, I also said that the fact that you can't get better unless you have something to improve, right? But they're just stagnant now. It's just flatlining. And it has been for years, if you really think about it. It's a lot better than, in my opinion at least, it's a lot better than having 5 wins and not making the playoffs for 5 or 6 years. And flatlining there. It's not a bad situation the Bills are in, I don't think, overall. I'm trying to think as an owner, right? But the bottom line is they're not prepared. I'm sorry. They're not moving forward and getting the full potential maybe out of Josh Allen. And because of that, someone will probably have to go. They're obviously not going to trade Josh Allen or something silly like that. I don't think that they're going to get rid of Sean McDermott. And I would venture to say they're not going to get rid of Brandon Beane. My take on the situation a little earlier was that if someone is going to go, I think it'll be Bobby Babich. And if it's not Bobby Babich and someone does get fired, I think that it should be, this is me, should be Brandon Beane. Because I don't see, he almost threw another interception, by the way. He just got hit. He got the ball back because they went 3 and out. He just got hit at his own 5 and threw a mixture between a javelin and a shot put over his head. Oh, and throwing a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sky hook as a pass. And it almost got picked off. Put the second stringers. I think he would play better. I'm telling you, that's who beat the Buffalo Bills this year. Davis Mills, right? Then the lineman actually got pushed backwards and almost sat on CJ Stroud's head and almost stepped right in his hand too. Not that it would make it any worse, but almost did. If nobody goes, it's Super Bowl or bust next year. Yeah, but what does bust mean, right? I mean, I don't disagree with you, Chris, but what does bust mean in your scenario? Like GM, head coach, coordinators, Josh Allen starting over? Is that what you mean? All of them? What about JA? What about JA 17? Just curious, because those talks are going to start. Those talks are going to start, bro. I'm telling you. The potentially, I'm not saying this about Bills Mafia, but the potentially clouded Bills Mafia will never say that Josh Allen does anything wrong, right? We know that. But we're reasonable people to be able to admit that sometimes, yes, he makes some pretty poor decisions or does not execute the way that he can and he should. But he is to blame. A big portion of yesterday's game. And he hasn't gotten to a Super Bowl. However, up until yesterday, in these people's defense that I was just talking about, up until yesterday, he's probably the best quarterback to ever play. And not a single one of those games could you say, well, Josh Allen, that was horrible. You know, he put them in positions to win in the postseason. Almost every other postseason loss that he has. Almost. Especially recently. So, obviously, Josh Allen's not the one to go. You can't get rid of that man for his on-the-field stuff, and then even more importantly, what he represents to that city and things off the field. Forget about it. He's not going anywhere. He's just not. Ever, in my opinion. Maybe last year does some, Brett Favre thing. Or I hope he doesn't do what Aaron Rodgers did. He's not going to do what Aaron Rodgers did. I don't think Josh leaves until he's 2030. Fair enough, yeah. I mean, that's kind of when the contract would be over, right? I agree. 2nd and 10, CJ Stroud. I don't know if he threw it away or was trying to hit Nick Chubb. 3rd and 10. No way he requests to leave, pinning all the blame on himself. So last night, he was in tears, right? At the podium, saying that he just feels like he let all his teammates down. And then when his teammates heard that he said that, they all started crying too. Will there come a time, I was saying this about 10 minutes ago, Chris, will there come a time, and I feel like, unfortunately, it's soon, that at least Bills Mafia says, you know what, oh no, did CJ Stroud just fumble? He just threw the ball 3 feet in front of him. And then he ran after it like he thought he fumbled it. Now, they blew the whistle, thank the heavens for Houston. But he literally ran after. He is so mentally screwed. Who was it? Was it Mike? You are absolutely right. Davis Mills need to go in this football game. Oh, they just throw the replay. That's a fumble. The rules don't allow it to be a fumble, but he literally goes like this, stops himself. The ball squeezes out of his hands and goes straight to the ground. Although the rules say it's an incomplete, he was trying to stop that. That was a fumble. That was his 6th or 7th fumble in 2 weeks, 100%. Back to the pressers. Everybody was crying. Everyone's upset. Everyone loves each other in that locker room. I truly believe that. I really do. I think the culture is probably as good as any NFL team. But they have this weight on their shoulders, I think, that's more not just for them, but for the city and for Western New York, that every single time they lose one of these games and they get knocked out, I think it gets worse. I think the pressure that they put on themselves gets worse. I really do think that Josh Allen feels that he needs to win it for Western New York and Buffalo fans. Not even just himself. I really think that he carries the burden for Buffalo and Western New York in his mind. Again, I could be way off. That's what I feel. Now, would he ever want to quit because he can't deal with it and he thinks that he can't bring them what they need? Is that what you mean? Peyton Manning almost took his whole career. I mean, that's true. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. I just can argue that Peyton Manning was not to Indianapolis what Josh Allen is to Buffalo. Does that make sense? The city, the area, the people. That's kind of what I'm saying. Not the first time he pins a blame himself. He does it every single day, no matter what. Yes, he makes bad mistakes, but the only reason they had chances at first. Oh my gosh, Chris, absolutely. Oh, the Patriots booty crossover over the middle makes a couple people miss on 2nd and 7. I don't know how. Looks like he got 25, 30 yards or so. Drake May guy, I got to tell you, I don't know. He's wide open, zone coverage. He was literally wide open. And then a bad play by one of the safeties to try to bring him down, just completely whiffed, and he didn't even make a move. It's got to be the conditions. Go figure. Houston coming from a dome, maybe not being totally comfortable outside when it's frozen ground, but a lot of yard after catch tonight from today from the Patriots. Drake May is not necessarily impressing me. He's not. Yeah, I don't know, Chris, if that will – are you saying that you're thinking people are forgetting about who he is maybe? Because I won't. I'm not saying he needs to go. We'll have as good a chance as any – I mean, I don't think if Matt Stafford comes here that the Buffalo Bills win a Super Bowl. Not even close. I don't know. I don't think there's another quarterback that comes to Buffalo and wins a Super Bowl. At least not right away, you know. And then if they do win 3 or 4 years down the road, well, I think Josh Allen would have done so also. Another first down by New England. That was a pretty good throw to Booty, slant route. Not the first down. Why isn't anyone talking about McDermott's defense folded with a 4-point lead with 4 minutes left? Oh, they are, Tori. Not as much as they are the referees, and not as much as they are Josh Allen, because there was 5 turnovers by that offense. But at least, excuse me, at least I was. If you watch back our live reaction during the game, on that last drive, they had second and 11, I believe. They brought some pressure. They got Bo Nix's ball to be deflected at the line of scrimmage. With the pressure in his face, Stefon Diggs scores a touchdown. Really good catch, Stefon Diggs. That's where we could use a playmaker on our offense. That ball was thrown almost into triple coverage, and I'm not kidding you. Yeah. They pan over to Mike Vrabel, who's pointing up, we're going for 1 for the extra point. He was like, his face like this. Oh, my God. That's a fucking terrible throw. We got lucky there. Got lucky we caught that thing. That ball didn't even get close. What strong hands by Stefon Diggs. Holy moly. Defender all over his arms after he catches the ball. He comes down with it. He literally does. What a catch. If you're not watching, find that replay. What a freaking catch. That's not Drake May, folks. I mean, it's a good throw, but that's not Drake May. Playmakers make plays. You know who makes plays in the red zone? I know he dropped the ball yesterday, but it was a penalty innings. It wouldn't have mattered. I'm sorry to everybody. Keon Coleman makes plays. Give him a chance. We don't give our people chances sometimes. So anyway, 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 11, brought some heat, got a deflected pass, fell short of the receiver, incomplete, made him look a little antsy, right? Quicker than he wanted to get rid of the football. 3rd and 11 now. And we play the softest, like Tampa 2 cover 2 zone that I've seen. And Cortland Sutton gets 16 yards, just finds a pocket as easy as he's ever found a pocket. That's the one thing that I'll say that I don't appreciate with the defense sometimes is the fact that we literally play so soft that we just give shit up. I'd rather now play aggressive in a play soft situation and let them hit something deep, big, over the top, force them to actually make a play, than just let them methodically go down with, to your point, Tori, 4 minutes and score with 55 seconds left, and have an advantage, which certainly came into play with that, without question. True. Keon's TV definitely got him some more time in Buffalo. I hope so personally, but I just don't want him to also be on a team because I'm such a Keon Coleman fan and advocate. I don't want him to be on this team and they drag him through the mud like that again. I shouldn't say that he didn't deserve it. I'm not taking that stance. If you can't come to meetings on time and actually show up, then when you're getting paid the money you get paid, I don't have any excuses. He shouldn't have started. But then you bring him back after the disciplinary action, and then you just kind of soft bench his ass and a healthy scratch multiple weeks in a row. That's what I don't like. So I wouldn't want him to stay around for hit. CJ Stroud needs to come out of the football game. Somebody show me this replay. If this was not tipped, this was the worst pass to come out of a quarterback's hand in the existence of the NFL. Thank the heavens, it was barely tipped. Oh my God, I was literally going to lose my mind. I cannot believe that I'm watching what I'm watching. How lucky can the New England Patriots get by? Okay, so Keon Coleman, I would hate to see him stay here in Buffalo, which I think he should. False start, by the way. And then, be healthy scratch 50% of the time. I think he's better than that. He's deserving to be on the field. In the last 4 or 5 games that he's played in, has he not done everything he could when the ball comes his way? I think he's second on the team for touchdowns. Played 14 games. You can't make that up. Patriots have the clearest path to the Super Bowl ever. No, yes, you are absolutely right, Chris Henry. And it's getting worse every second. Stroud goes deep to Kirk, overthrows him. There is a flag. In the secondary, maybe they're going to get bailed out. Defensive holding or something here. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. You're absolutely right. This is so easy because of the fact that Bo Nix is out. All right? I'm assuming that's what you mean. And CJ Stroud fumbles the ball every other time he touches the football. There it is. This is what we were waiting for. Philo Sports Media reactions. Josh is overrated and the Bills should move on from him. Okay. And do what? First of all, get 19 first-round draft picks. Now, is that Philadelphia that you're speaking of? Or speaking from Philadelphia Sports? How do you feel about Jalen Hurts? Is that the guy? Jalen Hurts versus Josh Allen. How do you feel about that debate? I mean, if there is a debate there, which I don't think there is, but. Yep, Patriots just selling out on the run. Asking CJ Stroud to throw it deep like he just did. I mean, obviously, I completely disagree with this. Move on for him. Like, literally, and get – I mean, what would Josh Allen be worth at this moment in time? Is it 15 first-round draft picks? I mean, I'm being a little facetious, but it's got to be at least 7. No? Got to be. Keon could be really good. Just has to be more disciplined. It took Andre Reed up to 3 years before he really got good. Yeah, I mean, discipline for sure. He's just got to cut it out, and be an adult, be a professional, understand what being a professional means, and go to work and do your business every day. The same time, not same time, but the same way, the same approach. This is what I'm talking about, Corporate. Without Josh, we don't have a team yet. Everybody blames Josh about everything. I totally agree. And I don't know who this is. Because if Phila means Philadelphia, then obviously he's in here just trolling. But I'm with you in the fact that we will start to hear, we'll start to hear more of it for sure, that Josh Allen is obviously a problem. But are we really going to hear Josh Allen needs to go? I mean, this guy or lady, I don't know what they mean. I don't know who they are, where they're from, what they're a fan of, or any of that. But I just don't see, maybe, but I just don't see getting a huge group of an influx of people saying that Josh Allen needs to go. Man, I hope not. That would just be insane. Because, to your point, Chris Henry, the Buffalo Bills are not 5-time in a row division champions and 6 years in a row playoffs, a couple of AFC championship games, and they're not anywhere close to the organization that they are without Josh Allen. So just slow your roll there. Yeah, exactly. So if put it this way, if this guy's a Philadelphia fan, right? And what's his name? Howie Roseman, right? If he gets a phone call tomorrow by Brandon Beane or today, and Brandon says, "Hey, Howie, listen, I want to give you Josh Allen. I want Jalen Hurts, and I want 6 first-round draft picks also." The Eagles would say, "Done. Fax it over. Email it over immediately. I'm signing immediately." There we go. Tim D, obviously a Lions fan. Same thing. Jared Goff, see you later if we can get Josh Allen. Everybody that doesn't have Josh Allen knows Josh Allen's fantastic until they're just talking shit about Josh Allen. Now, I'm allowed to talk some shit about Josh Allen when I feel that Josh Allen needs to play better. Right? Chris, you and I are allowed to have our stance when we need to or when we feel that we can. Did he just throw another interception? CJ Stroud just threw another freaking interception. He is the worst quarterback to ever play in the playoffs. It might be an exaggeration, but that's 4 turnovers, and there's 2 minutes left in the first half. I can't even watch this game anymore. New England, cruising, baby. What a horrible football throw. He's rolling to his left. Doesn't even understand that, his wide receiver is a professional athlete, and he has a ton of momentum running towards the sideline. He throws it behind the defender. Not only does he throw it behind the wide receiver right to the defender, but he almost missed the defender who was trailing the wide receiver. That's bad. I know, Chris. Oh, first time speed. I'm sorry, I didn't even see this. If someone's going, first of all, if I had to pick, if you're asking me, Josh Allen or Brandon Beane, well, yeah. See you later, Brandon. 100%. 100%. I know they got 100 turnovers. Houston's defense is that good. The offense just needs to be mediocre at best, and they will win playoff football games. But they can't do that. Their offense can't even be mediocre. See, my point. But this is football. No question. I mean, you look at the Bengals, right? You can't put that much money into a quarterback and wide receivers and expect, to have a defense, I guess. But 2nd and 7, pass broke up by Lassiter. They are coming after Lassiter. He don't like it. He keeps breaking balls up, and his face is not happy about it. Comeback route. Hey, there's a lot of contact there. There's a lot of – I tell you what, there's more contact right here on that play than there was on the last deep ball for the Denver Broncos last night. That is a guaranteed freaking T. Mike Vrabel's even asking, what the hell? He's holding my guy. They're letting these boys play today. Because why? Because the refs, it's all opinion-based. This is another 4-and-out by the New England Patriots. I can't get over this. Where I was getting with this was Josh Allen on a team like the Houston Texans. Oh, it might be everybody 45-6. 45-6 average. This Houston Texans team is – I don't think that I've seen a defense like this since Ray Lewis's Ravens. Anybody else think of something in between then and now? Urlacher's Bears, but that was kind of the same time. Yeah, no. Ravens with Urlacher. I'm sorry, Ravens with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Who was the other defensive lineman? It was freak, nasty man. Absolute nasty man. All right, we're going to take a break at least. We're going to sign off at halftime here. There's 1 minute left. Might come back for the end of the game if this stays good. We'll be around again. CJ Stroud just throwing the ball right into the turf. Like, oh my God, he's the worst. He's the worst. I am not a fan of Joe Buck. Buck never have been. Since I started listening to him during baseball playoffs. I don't like the man. He just said the best. Oh, CJ Stroud, 10 for 25 for 124, 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. Oh my gosh. Did I just read that correctly? Anyway, Joe Buck just said it right. CJ Stroud's head is spinning right now. He has no clue what's going on. He can't throw the football, and he's thrown the ball. He's got to get off the field. Davis Mills is starting the second half for the Houston Texans. And if not, then I don't know who it is. Let me pull this up. Cal McNair, I'm not very familiar, who owns the Texans. If CJ Stroud starts the second half, then Cal McNair needs to walk down to the football field and immediately fire D'Amico Ryan. Immediately. 10 seconds into the second half, the head coach should be fired. By the owner, by the way. The owner, not even the GM, the owner. Get your ass down there and let him rip. It's insane. There's a flag here on 3rd and 10. He stepped up into the pocket, ran the ball for 2 yards. It's a false start. It's not really a false start. It's kind of an illegal formation. The lineman wasn't on the line of scrimmage. So that means that the Patriots had the ability to decline that penalty. So they have 3 timeouts. Houston's going to be punting from inside their end zone. There's 49 seconds left. They're going to get the ball around midfield, and they're probably going to score again. Just because, right? Just because. They're probably going to put up 3 points. D'Amico Ryan's pissed off. I don't blame him. But you got to take that guy out immediately, bro. Yeah. 10 for 26, 124, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Oh, what a punt. They field the ball around the 30. Oh, they make a couple people miss, and they're getting the ball. Patriots now will start their drive at the Houston 45. I don't think anyone ever said that the Texans' special teams was anywhere near their defense, right? Drake May, 9 for 16 for 109 and 2 touchdowns. I don't know how to grade Drake May in a game like this because he doesn't have to do shit, if I'm being honest. He doesn't have to do anything. This is not the playoff pressure. No matter what happens, he knows he's getting the ball back in about 42 seconds. He's got 3 timeouts, drops back, fumbles again. Yeah, here we go. That's his 3rd fumble. Does Houston have the football again? Oh, my God, they got that lucky. They landed on the football. The Texans. The Patriots got the football again. Will Anderson, I mean, Drake May, not good, bud. This is insane, people. This is absolutely freaking insane. My head's going all over in like 150,000 different directions. I want to go. But just when we start talking about Drake May, fumbles for the third gosh forsaken time. He's looking just as bad as CJ Stroud. You can't make this shit up. These are the worst teams that I've seen. This is not good football by anybody. And here we go. The Bills are sitting at home. What the flip? I want to say some bad words, but I don't want to offend anybody. You know what I mean? Like, God, freaking crazy, bro. 13th fumble of the season. Drake May, most in the league, Joe Buck just said. Sack fumble. But you know what? How lucky are the gosh for damn. Oh, it's starting to piss me off. How lucky are the Patriots? 2 of those 3 fumbles by Drake May, they fell on. Not turnovers. 13 seconds left from the 46. Drake May gets hit again, throws the ball on a crossing route to Douglas, stays in bounds, gets about 8-10 yards maybe. Are they calling a timeout? Yeah, they call a timeout. He was in bounds when he got tackled. Jim Key, what's up, man? How are you? What do we call you, Captain? What's your name? I'm Dustin. With a D. Nice to meet you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. I think I see on there somewhere. Maybe it's YouTube, TikTok or something. Notice you comment. Maybe it's like the shorts or something, I think. I don't know if I've ever seen it in one of the lives, but appreciate you, man. Maybe it's in here. I know the name, though. I know you've been kind of hanging with us since the beginning, so thank you, sir. But yeah, name is Dustin. Nice to meet you. All right, 7 seconds. So they put 4 seconds back on the clock. 3rd and 11. Patriots are pretty confident. May drops back. Goes deep to the left side. Attacking Lassiter again. A lot of contact there. No flag again, which is surprising here, people. Against Stefan Diggs. Very handsy by Lassiter. Very handsy up the left-hand sideline. Getting tugged, pushing, pulling, holding arms down, then separation before the ball. I can see why the fans at least want it. I can see why Vrabel wants it. I do. But at the same token, it's 4th and 11, and they're going for it. They must. Okay. 2 seconds left. It's going to be the last play of the half. Just going to be a Hail Mary. Drake May, plenty of pocket. They only rush 3. They spy him. He throws the ball straight up in the air. Middle of the end zone. Wouldn't doubt it, but he throws a pick. And wow. Mike Vrabel, he's coaching. It's a coaching moment, to Drake May coming off the field. I don't know what was he upset about that, or it was his play call, right? So Drake May, I know that interception really doesn't count, right? It was a Hail Mary, and it was here you go, either us or you. But he ends up 10 of 19 for 117, 2 touchdowns and an interception. CJ Stroud, 10 for 26, 124, and 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Wow. But what we can't forget is Drake May fumbled the ball 3 times, I believe. Let me look at my phone. This is easier. Bear with me, and then I'm going to head out. CJ Stroud, 1 fumble to go along with – CJ Stroud did not fumble. Drake May fumbled 3 times, lost 1 of those, and that interception. So could have been 4 turnovers by both of these guys. 4 each. Absolutely insane. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right, listen, it's halftime. It is halftime of the first divisional round playoff game today. The New England Patriots are beating the Houston Texans 21-10. The Texans have turned the ball over 4 freaking times. The Patriots turned twice. It's a defensive battle. The Patriots don't look that great. The Texans look even worse. The Texans' offense and C.J. Stroud is one of the worst things that I've seen in football this year, and I'm not even kidding with you. I'm not being sarcastic. One of the worst things that I've seen offensively all year. Their defense looks to be as good as a defense as I've seen since the 2000s Baltimore Ravens. So we'll see how this ends up. The Patriots have not earned their 21 points on offense. They haven't had to do much. Therefore, it's just a matter of, can the Texans actually take one of these turnovers and bring it to the house and score some points or not? We shall see. If this game stays close, and if it's a good game coming down the stretch, I'll probably pop back on. If not, maybe I think we're going to see you this evening for a little while for the 8:30 game. And to talk a little bit more, if you so choose, about the Buffalo Bills before we get into our offseason salary cap and front office movements, and then into the draft possibilities, which we're going to do throughout the offseason. I'm just kind of taking a step back and breathing in and breathing out, getting my thoughts together about the Bills season before we get into all that stuff. So appreciate everybody. If you have not already, please subscribe. Follow us on TikTok as well, and Instagram, and you can find a lot of our short material. And turn that notification bell on so you can get all of the updates as soon as we're live or we post a video, so you can stay up to date on all your Bills and NFL stuff. So Josh Allen's the most overhyped QB of all time. Okay, Mr. Loch Ness. Have a great day, my friend. See you guys. Appreciate you. Cold front.